Okay, folks and friends, today we're going to be doing a review of the Vamo V3 in gunmetal. Let's get into it. Vamo V3 is a pretty nice, heavy, solid device. You feel like if you drop it, you have no danger. However, there are the buttons and the screen that could be potential issues if you were to drop it, okay? The screen is nice and tinted. This particular coloring on this one is decent with the screen. It matches up nicely, okay? One of the negatives is going to be that there is a gap right here every time, and it doesn't matter which tube you use. Right now, currently, it's in 18350 mode, 18650, or dual 18350 modes. This thing came with the C4 that's on top of here. The cool things about this is you can take this ring off. You don't have to have that ring on there. Also, this has a really nice wide hole, so things like the T3s that are notorious for not fitting inside drip wells will fit in this just fine. Okay. And I've also found that if you're vaping with something that has too much airflow, that you can actually close that airflow up some. As you can see, there's a pretty good gap there. And if you bring this up, you can close off some of that air. Now it's sticking up quite a bit on the Pro Tank, but it works with some things. Been a long time since I used that one. It's gurgly. That's what I hate about the bottom coils. I clear 30. It's tightened up a lot. So as you can see, that is helpful, sort of. Most people just say, hey, it's nice to be able to take that off and clean the device out, clean that area out really good. Okay, as you can see now, this thing looks just like an ego adapter on the top. Okay, you got your outer ego threading, and you've got your 510 threading inside. You've got your venting cutouts here. You've got your battery venting down here. Just one hole down there. It's not a very big hole, but it should do the trick. Okay, so do I like this PV? I do like it because it feels really nice and solid. What are the things that I don't like about it? Just to be quick about it. The gap right here that's always at the top no matter which tube you use, okay, that does kind of suck if you're worried about aesthetics. Okay, the regulation of the device, the regulation is not really top notch, but it's not the worst. However, especially if you're vaping in 18350 mode, you will notice a drop off in performance. And it basically essentially almost turns it into like a mechanical at that point, you know. At least it has that same ailment as a mechanical, and the fact that when the voltage drops to a certain amount that you lose performance, okay? So you might want to turn it up, you might want to charge your battery a little sooner than normal. You know, the battery voltage does go down to about 3.1 volts. I never actually got a chance to find that part out before it quit working, you know, and would shut the device down because it just didn't seem like a very good vape. The first time I noticed it and checked the voltage, it was 3.7 volts. Using it over and over again after that with just an 18350 in it, I would actually notice it sometimes when it was only 3.8 volts, okay? So that's an issue, I think, with this PV, but it kind of takes your mind off of that due to the fact that these things don't cost an arm and a leg. They seem like solid devices. You have some really good options here. I wouldn't discount this, okay? But one thing I can say is that I couldn't get exact voltage drop estimates because all this thing does is flash. I can't tell you what the voltage drop is. I can't tell you what the loaded voltage drop is. So you just have to take my word for it on that one. It just doesn't seem to be able to keep up as the voltage is dropping. Okay, so that's going to do it on the review of the Vamo V3. Nice device. If you can get one for a decent price, go for it. Okay, whenever you change the battery out in this, it does keep your settings as long as the battery is not out for too long, but it gives you enough time to change the battery. You do have to click it 5 times to turn it back on, but your voltage setting is remembered. If you push and hold the left button, just make an attempt, you're going to see the battery voltage pop up. Push and hold the right button, you're going to see your resistance. Push and hold both of them, you're going to get into the menu option. You have your power versus voltage. Okay, and to adjust those, you just click the left one. Okay, but to go through the menu, you push the right one. Okay, the second one is going to tell you what you want to see on your display. You can display voltage or power. You can display your resistance or the battery voltage. Okay, and then you can turn off, well, why'd you do that? You can turn off the display as well. LCD on or LCD off. Okay, so that's pretty much it as far as the menuing system goes. Pretty simple, straightforward, nice and easy, just 3 buttons on the device. Okay.